and now the next step for me to grow in Stretch Lab is to become a lead. So I want to become a lead flex. So yeah, I really want to check in with my manager, see how I'm doing, how I can grow, and what ways I can grow in, if there's anything that I need to work on. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm doing the best I can while I'm working. And so yeah, I would love to work hard at that and have my manager yeah, be honest with me and let me know. What was learned during the experience? Well, this is kind of long, but I'm gonna kind of sum it up. But I think what I really learned is that it's very important to enjoy the position that you're working in. If you're not enjoying that position, you're not going to put forth the effort, and you're not going to put forth a good job. Like this says, people pay a lot of money to come in and get stretched. Memberships are not cheap. Drop-in stretches are not cheap. And so I want to make sure that I'm providing a service that leaves them feeling free of pain, leaves them feeling confident in their body, confident that they can move their body. And yeah, I want them to feel like they're reaching their goals, to live a life that they want. So yeah, again, I have control of my book of business. I can do a not very good job and push everyone away and not stretch that many people, and not yeah, and if I'm not enjoying my position, but I do enjoy my position, and I want to continue to enjoy my workplace, because when I enjoy my workplace and I enjoy the people I'm working with, I do a better job. I want to do a better job. I want to make people feel better. And yeah, so I think that I didn't realize that until I started working more, that if I'm not going to enjoy the place that I'm working, I'm not going to want to do it. And then I'm going to have a bad attitude. I'm going to be lazy, all this stuff. So yeah, I think that's something that I learned, is that loving what you do is important. I rather love what I do and not make a lot of money than do something I hate and make a ton of money. But yeah, so I said, if you do not enjoy or care about your job, then clients will not want to come back to you. It is important that you are working in a client-based work. It is important that if you're working in a client-based work environment, that you are able to provide the service that they came for. They're coming to get a good stretch, and they're coming to recover. They're coming to increase their range of motion. They're coming to alleviate their back pain, their neck pain. Whatever it is, they're coming for this, and if they're not going to get it, they're not going to be back. And so making sure that you're doing a good job is very important. Making sure that you understand why they're in here, that you're applying the knowledge that you've learned in previous courses, in previous schooling, whatever it may be. It's really important to give your best efforts, because if you're not, then you're not going to have a book of business. I learned that it's important to continue your education of the human body and muscles. It is important to continue to refresh your brain. There's so much research, so many new up and coming things that have been discovered, or whatever it is. So it's important to continue to do your research on the human body, to know what is happening in today's time. And yeah, to continue to educate yourself about the body and about the muscles, or whatever you're going into. It's important to continue to educate yourself. And so for me, I want to continue to educate myself about the muscles, about the body, about health and wellness, because that's what I want to go into, especially the muscles. It's important to know what muscles attach where. You're probably feeling this pain because that's where the muscles attached, or or it's also super important to know about certain injuries, certain diseases, all this stuff, because people will come in and be like, yeah, I have this, and this, I'm hypermobile, I have whatever it is. And when you don't know what that is, it's really hard, because you don't know what you can and can't do. It's important to be educated in that, so you don't injure them, so you don't make their condition worse or inflamed or anything like that. So it's very important to be educated in that. Also, I learned that I love people, and I love making people feel better. So I I'm very much a people person. While I'm stretching, I'm basically talking to them the whole entire stretch. So there's a 25-minute stretch or a 50-minute stretch. So having these conversations at the end of the shift, I'm very exhausted. But I love it. I love hearing about people's stories. I love encouraging people. And yeah, I love making people feel better after I'm done stretching and someone's like, oh, I feel so much better. Or after you stretched me last week, I felt so much better. I was able to walk longer. I was able to do this. Like that truly makes me happy. So I think yeah, I learned that that's where my passion lies during this experience. Applications of what I have learned to my future position. So I can apply this to what I've learned to my future position in many ways. Once again, I've always loved working with people. That gives me passion. I love being in a relational and personable job. I enjoy talking with people and hearing about their lives. The people and interpersonal skills have taught me how to work with different personalities and how to make people feel comfortable. Some people come in for a stretch and they just don't want to talk. They just want to lay there and relax. And so, which I completely get. And so I think that this job has made me understand what to do to make someone feel comfortable. And some people come in and feel very timid or awkward or like, because you're in their personal space, you're in their bubble. And so I think this job has kind of made me help people feel comfortable and be like, hey, like more bubbly, which makes people feel less awkward. And so I think I've learned how to kind of read people and understand the social cues to kind of make their experience the best it can be. I can also apply this to my future position because I'm applying to nursing school. So, yeah, once again, I love people. I love making people feel better. And I think I would really thrive being a nurse. So I'm applying to be a nurse, and I think I can apply everything that I've learned in this experience in working at Stretch Lab to being a nurse. Again, with the anatomy, the human body, the physiology, with how to work with people with different personalities, ways I can help people, how to apply your knowledge to your job and what you're doing, which has been great. I've learned how to be organized, time management, and how to communicate well. While I'm stretching, I'm on a time limit. I have to make sure I'm stretching both sides of the body in the same time, stretching both sides of the body in a certain time equally. That's what I meant to say. And how to communicate with them while I'm stretching. I will constantly say, let me know when this is a good stretch. Some people like a deeper stretch, some people like a lighter stretch. So it just depends. Always making sure you're communicating so you're not hurting them and they're getting the service that they're paying for. They're getting the service that they want. People pay for stretch because they want a deep stretch, so you're going to give them a deep stretch. If people are paying for a stretch to be more relaxing, this is their time to just relax and decompress, then you're going to give them that. I've learned how to, yeah, I went over all of that, but yeah, organizational skills, time management, communication. With the organizational skills, I've had to schedule people, make sure desk tasks were being completed, as well as making sure the studio was up to par. We also don't have a cleaner, so we have to kind of take turns cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the studio, making sure it's presentable and nice for clients. No one wants to go into a gross bathroom, any of that. So if it's clean and nice and up to par, clients are going to come back. Again, time management, staying on top of your stretches in your schedule. If you're fully booked and you have a stretch one after the other, you have to make sure you're stretching in that time period. Then you have a 10-minute break, getting your notes done, then you have another stretch right after. So sometimes it can be a little chaotic if you have a stretch one after the other. So making sure time management is super important. And then again, with communication and stretching, yeah, especially communicating with my coworkers and my manager, because there's been miscommunications in the past. So making sure that you're communicating with them, you know the plan, you know where each other stand is super important. And that's the end. Thank you so much for watching, so much for listening. I truly love Stretch Lab. It's so fun. If you ever want to get stretched, come to the North Scottsdale location and I can stretch you out. It's great for recovery. It's great just to relax, and it decreases injury. So many benefits. Helps with digestion, helps you sleep better. So yeah, I'm super excited to graduate and see what the Lord has for me. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, let's see if I can stop this. I don't really know how to. Oh, there it is. And stop recording.